And when you look at this sort of impact and people already hurting with interest rates and so on, did you seriously look at that cost of living potential? And I know what happened with the trust budget, the Liz Truss budget. We know what happened in reaction to that. But was there any consideration to say, can we provide some sort of payment and not be inflationary?
Yeah, well, the primary influence on the budget was inflation, and that's why we've gone out of our way to deliver a budget which is responsible and right for the times, because we've got this inflation problem. It is partly electricity, but it's also the upward pressure on grocery prices from natural disasters, particularly flooding. It's also all the issues in supply chains and all of the rest of it. So inflation was the primary influence on the budget. And we are providing a heap of cost of living relief, but in a way that isn't inflationary. So when we sat around the Expenditure Review Committee table to work out what cost of living relief we could provide, we decided on $7.5 billion in cost of living relief, but focused in areas where there was an economic dividend, where it wasn't a cheque in the mail, but where it was another thing, childcare.
But a lot of families miss out, don't they? There will be a lot of people out there that miss out, and they're going to hurt even more as a result. That must weigh on you.
Of course. But we've got a heap of cost of living relief in there. And in addition to that, $33 billion in extra pensions and payments because of the indexation to try and keep up with these costs of living. Minimum wage rises, all of these different ways. Our efforts in housing are important and new today around the Housing Accord. All of these efforts are really important. We know Australians are doing it tough. We don't want to make that worse by adding to inflation, which is the primary challenge that people are dealing with around the kitchen table. That's why tonight's budget is so responsible and so restrained.